I am Jeremy Anderson, and I am talking to you about stereotypes in the workplace and why stereotypes matter to me. Because I was stereotyped and profiled for maybe 5 years of my work life. In the early years of my work life, I worked in the warehouse industry. And the reason why I worked in the warehouse industry is because they had really good hours and they had really good pay. The warehouse industry, you learn a lot of different, you meet a lot of different people. You learn a lot of different trades. You learn a lot of different positions. And being young and black in the warehouse industry, I've come across a lot of supervisors that they don't show you respect. They kind of give you lack of respect just because you're young and black, and they kind of feel like they can work you harder than they can work anybody else. They also feel like you're hard to work with because, I mean, maybe you're black and just because I'm focused on my work, I have my AirPods in and I'm just trying to do my work. And they feel like that just because I'm not talking to them or communicating with them, that they perceive me as difficult to work with. At that time as well, I also had gold teeth in my mouth as well, so I don't think that helped because I had gold teeth. They perceived me as maybe being a thug. So I already at the beginning of the conversation or the communication between anybody that I work with, it was already a preconceived notion that they knew who I was, but they didn't really know the real me. And throughout the time working in the warehouse, you get caught up in the different positions or the different shifts. Like I always wanted to work first shift because I had a daughter at the time, so I would want to work the shifts that matched up with her school shift. But by being young and black, they try to, if they can, they try to put you on second shift. And of course, second shift is more of the middle of the day to the beginning of the night, where it kind of takes your whole day. But and I think that was a stereotype as well, is that they want us to work those type of hours because in those hours, you know what I mean, of course they pay you more money, but of course it's not convenient for the lifestyle that you may be living. And then also during that time working in the warehouse, I worked a lot of overtime. Every time they offered overtime, I actually worked overtime. But once again, or whatever, I was always the last to get my overtime approved because I'm young and black. But when I did work overtime, it was one of those things to kind of show them that I was a hard worker, that I wanted to be a part of the company full time and things of that nature. But when those certain positions came available to get hired at, you know what I mean, they kind of overlooked you, or you needed a letter of recommendations and things of that nature from like your shift supervisor. But that kind of going back to the shift supervisor, of course, they have lack of respect for you, and they don't want to see you get ahead more so than anything, just because I'm young, I'm black, I'm coming to work every single day, I'm on time every day, I'm working overtime, but for some reason I don't get those positions, or I don't get to work I don't get first dibs on overtime, or I don't get I don't get the choice of shifts. You know what I mean? Because usually, like I said, we would always get the choices between second and third shift. First shift was kind of like the golden shift, or more so like the shift for seniority. Like I said, if you didn't have seniority, then you kind of, like I said, more so get what's left over. And then another thing that I would say, working in the warehouse and the biases in the warehouse, in conclusion, would be that I will work like you get 90 days basically when you work in the warehouse. You get 90 days, and then you get the opportunity to get hired on permanently. And once your 90 days is up, they kind of give you a review of your work ethic and your work performance and who you are as a person, and see if you are qualified to work and be a part of that company. And they also give you benefits, dental insurance, all the benefits that come with the job. And I feel like that I worked, I think I worked there 5 years, but I never was hired on permanently, because after my 90 days, for some odd reason, I will always get let go. I will always get laid off, and I will get unemployment. But then once my unemployment was up, they would always call me back. And I just kind of was befuddled by, why would you lay me off? Then you always want me to come back. And then as I got older, and of course as I kind of grew up throughout the, after I looked for platforms I needed to get in the workplace, Once again, my name is Jeremy Anderson, and this is why stereotypes matter to me.